Hello, loves. It's Catherine here from Self Unity. Welcome into your love reading. Okay, love. So for today's readings, we are doing something a little bit different. This isn't necessarily a pick a card. Instead, I've pre-selected, pre-drawn 3 different cards here, and each one represents a different love status. Okay, so the first one we have here is for my singles, those that are not in a relationship with anybody, but maybe you're interested, you're looking for romance. This is the reading for you. Okay, and then the second card here, this is for those of you that are in a relationship. Okay, you're coupled up with somebody, or maybe you're speaking with somebody, but maybe you're keeping it at a distance. You're not necessarily single, but you're not necessarily in a couple. Then this is the reading for you. And then this last reading, these are my favorite ones to channel. These are messages of self-love for everyone, no matter what your relationship status is. These are just some divine messages of love that the collective needs to hear at this time. Okay, so my recommendation is, choose which one, if you resonate more with being single or in a couple, and listen to, which one you resonate with there. And then if you feel called to, I also recommend listening to the self-love messages for the collective. Okay, and I will have timestamps in the description box down below, so if you want to just skip over the intro and go right to your reading, you can do that. All right, love. So before we get into these readings, though, I do want to let you all know that I do also offer personal private readings. So if that's something you're interested in, you can send me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com, and we can book a private reading for you. And right now I am running a special on March month ahead readings. They're March insight readings where we do a deep dive into what you can expect to experience throughout the month of March. We also get any specific guidance that you may just need to hear as you work through this upcoming month of March that we're about to step into. Oh, I can't believe it's already March, but at the same time, I'm also really excited for the shift into spring because I'm just not really a winter person, but I love spring, so I'm excited for it. So let me know in the comments if you're also excited for the shift of the season, whether you're in the northern hemisphere about to shift into spring, or if you're in the southern hemisphere about to shift into autumn, because I know I'm ready for the change. All right, loves, but let's go ahead and get into your readings now. So go ahead and click on your timestamp down below, and I will see you in your reading. Hello to all my single loves. Welcome into your reading. All right, love, so I'm actually going to be putting this card aside, and we will look at the backside message at the end of the reading, okay? And we're actually going to start with the tarot. So for today's tarot deck, I am using the Akashic Tarot. So while I'm shuffling, I always invite you to take a moment to pause, to come back to your center. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in together to do this. So breathe in and then let it out. One more time, breathe in and then let it out. And just go ahead and continue, connecting with your breath, getting centered and connected with your intuition as many times as you feel called to, consciously connect with your breath until you feel centered. So that way you're open and ready to receiving the divine messages that are going to come through for you in this reading. All right, I'm going to go ahead and continue shuffling. And while I'm shuffling, if you have any questions, oh, there's a card jumping out. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask about love, go ahead and take a moment to ask those questions to yourself now, to your guides, and trust that you'll receive the answer in the divine perfect timing. All right. This deck is shuffling so nicely today. I'm going to take this top card too. Okay, let's just stick with 3 cards for now. I'm going to set this deck aside. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We have the 6 of Forces, the waterfall. Yes, as I was saying, the deck was shuffling so nicely. I was going to say, it feels like things are running really smoothly for you. There's no forcing of anything. It's funny because it says force, but this is like a waterfall. And even though there's a force, pushing all this water down, it's natural, it's fluid, it's flowing. It's not really, forcing itself down. It's just going with the flow of where it's being guided. Okay, and I feel like that's where you're at right now. So we also have 8 Archangel Raphael. Okay, and let's see what your last card is. Ooh, the Queen of Scrolls. Yeah, so I just feel like right now, in terms of your love life, I feel like for a lot of you, even though, love may be something that you're interested in finding or seeking or coming into, right now, it's not something that you're trying to force. You're not like looking for it. You're not really it's like you're not making it the forefront of your consciousness or of your daily life. Right now, you're really focused on yourself and you're just going with the flow. You're like, if love comes to me, it comes to me. But right now, I'm just enjoying this present moment for what it is, and I'm enjoying where I'm at, and I'm just going with the flow. Okay. For some of you, you could be really focused on work and career right now. Maybe some of you are taking classes, or even you may be creating a class where you're going to become the teacher and teach somebody something. Or I'm also seeing like for some of you, maybe you work in a specific career field or an industry where you have to hire on like interns or apprentices. And this is going to be like the first time where you're going to be the one that's in charge of training and teaching those interns and apprentices. Okay. And vice versa, for some of you, it could be that you are the apprentice or the intern, and you're learning new skills, but it's like you're really focused on your career path and building and growing in that area of your life, and not so much, a love-based relationship or a romantic-based relationship. I also, with Archangel Raphael here, he just wants you to know, if you resonate with connecting with the archangels and Raphael, he is walking alongside you. He is helping you through this process. So what I'm picking up in terms of that is it's like you've been on this long journey where in the past, maybe even like a week ago, I'm sensing, or like a couple months ago, you were in this space where you really wanted to be in a love-based relationship. You wanted to find somebody, you wanted to have a partner with you. But the universe was kind of pushing back, and you weren't really finding anyone, or you weren't connecting with anyone that great. Maybe you were like kind of dating, but you just weren't feeling the spark there. You weren't enjoying the process of that. And so it's like the universe was kind of pushing back. You were looking for that love-based romantic connection, but the universe was like, no, this isn't working out right now. And that happened because it's like Archangel Raphael is coming and saying, that happened because there was a healing that needed to happen there. And the healing was that you needed to realize that you don't really need anybody in a love-based connection to support you in the ways that you were seeking support. So there's like something that you pushed down internally that you were like kind of pushing away from your consciousness. Okay. But through the process of dating or trying to find love or looking for love externally in a partnership with somebody else, these things that you pushed down that you weren't wanting to face started to come up, where you were realizing like, oh, well, maybe I'm looking for love because I want validation in this area of my life, or I'm looking for love because I'm trying to heal something from a past relationship that really affected me, and it could still be stored in your body or in your mind, and it's something that you weren't really aware of, but you started going down this path of healing that energy and becoming conscious of it, and realizing that, it's just not the right time for you to be seeking a romantic based connection or relationship with somebody else. And really this time is about you going on your individual path and healing the other aspects of your life, and also healing the relationship that you have with yourself, so you can feel full and whole on your own. Okay. Because you really, when we get into relationships with other people, a lot of times people will jump into a relationship because they want to feel this sense of wholeness within themselves, and they're seeking that validation, that external validation from the other person, from that other partner. But that's not how it works. You have to feel that validation, that satisfaction, that fulfillment from yourself first. And I think you've already realized this, and now you're walking that path of healing that energy, facing that truth, and, you know, just doing your own thing, which is why we have the Queen of Scrolls here, where you're really focused on yourself and healing yourself, and, you know, focused on your career and all these other aspects of your life. Okay, let's pull some more cards now. Let's see, what deck do I want to use? I'm really drawn to this deck here for your reading. This is the Divine Feminine Oracle. Okay, these are divine feminine leaders. Ooh, I also just got this message come through looking at these cards. Like, for some of you, there actually could be somebody coming into your life. Like, you see this figure here, Archangel Raphael. He's holding a ball of light. His heart is beaming out love. So for some of you, I'm seeing that there could be, okay, if you're like a divine feminine, I'm seeing a man wanting to come in, or even if you're a masculine figure, you know, I'm seeing a man wanting to come towards somebody, but they're like keeping themselves at a distance, okay? And it's like they're slowly edging their way towards you. They're like, hey, look what I've got in my hand. So for some of you, they could be bringing a gift to you, or maybe they're leaving you gifts, like almost like Secret Santa gifts, but it's not Secret Santa, it's like Secret Admirer gifts. And it could also be where it's not so secret. You know, maybe there's somebody in your life that's giving you gifts, and it's because they really admire you. They have this deep affection for you. And you may not even be connecting the dots there. It's like they're leaving you these gifts, they're leaving you these little messages, they're doing subtle things for you, you know, like maybe like you work at an office job and they left a note saying like, oh, you don't have to clean your desk today because I did it for you, or oh, I noticed your chair was a little loose or something was wrong with it, so I went ahead and fixed it for you. So it's like these subtle things that they're doing for you, but you're not even really conscious of the fact that, you know, maybe they're doing these things because they're interested in me. So that's an interesting message coming through. This card jumped out here, so we'll take that. Let me see if Spirit wants to say anything else about that. I'm also seeing like, you know, you're just not conscious of that. You may not be conscious of them leaving you these gifts or admiring you from afar because it's not something you're interested in. It's not something that you're looking for right now, like we talked about previously. So just be aware that that could be going on. All right, I've got two of these cards here. So let's see what the message is here. Ooh, so we have Ariadne, I hope I'm saying that right. Mistress of the labyrinth, my soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. Mistress of the labyrinth, my soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. Okay, so for some of you, you could be in this back and forth energy where you may feel like you're in a labyrinth, like you're in a maze. You may not associate the cycle that you're in with that exact symbol, but I feel like when I say this, you'll be like, yes, it does feel like I'm in a maze. It feels like, and it could be this feeling of almost being trapped, okay? Because again, like I talked about with the healing messages coming through with Archangel Raphael, where you may not be conscious of what you're really seeking from a romantic or love-based connection. Or you may be conscious of what you're seeking from it, but you may not be conscious of the whys, like why you're seeking this love-based affection and romantic relationship. And it's like there's something missing there that you're seeking externally, but it's something that you have to give to yourself first, okay? And so Spirit's saying the only way out is to move through this energy, okay? You have to accept where you're at. You have to accept that things aren't working out with these connections, these people that you went on dates with, because there's something you have to face within yourself that you're not facing yet, or that you haven't faced yet. Or maybe I'm also seeing like maybe you did try to face it, but it was too painful or too emotional, and so you kind of pushed it back down, you pushed it away because you didn't want to face it. But Spirit's saying, no, it's still there, it's still inside of you. It probably still comes up from time to time in your thoughts, in your emotions. You know, if you ever have emotional days where you're just like, why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel like crying? I don't, nothing's making me sad right now. It's because there's something stored within you that needs to be processed, needs to be felt. It needs you to, flow through it. Like it says here, my soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. The only way you're going to get over this energy or move through this energy is to feel it out and to process it. Okay. So even though these emotions, these thoughts came through from something that happened in the past, you may have to temporarily revisit that experience mentally and emotionally so you can get to the root of what needs your healing, what Archangel Raphael is showing up to help you heal and to help guide you through. Okay, let's see what this other card is here. We have Green Terra, the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. Yes, okay. And some of you aren't listening to yourself. You're not listening to your heart space. I see it's like you may tend to ask everyone else around you for advice or for guidance, and the guidance or the advice that they're going to give you is going to be from their own personal experience based on their own life journey, which is completely different from your life experience, your life journey, and your emotions and your mental capacity. It's very different. And so when you reach out to others and ask them for advice or guidance on something that pertains to your own life, you give away your power, you give away your ability to decide and to know what to do for yourself. Okay. And so there's this need to, again, like things aren't working out with these people that you're potentially dating, potentially interested in, or maybe you're not recognizing that, somebody is interested in you, because you're seeking something outside of you when it can't be found outside of you. It has to be found and felt and healed from within you. Okay. So first, like Spirit is screaming right now with this green tarot card coming out. Stop listening to other people. Stop listening to them and start listening to yourself. Okay. Stop asking others for advice. Stop waiting for somebody else to do something for you. Ask yourself. Your soul knows the way. Your heart knows the way. And as soon as you tap into that energy and you listen to it and you follow it, those aha moments are going to start clicking like that. Things are going to start lining up for you. You're going to be able to start healing those, the things that Archangel Raphael is trying to open you up to healing and to facing and to feeling and dealing with. Okay. And I know, my loves, I know that you're pushing this away. You're seeking that external validation or advice or guidance from people outside of you, things outside of you, because it hurts, because it's painful, because you don't want to go there, because it's something that you went through in the past that you really don't want to face. Okay. But love, listen to me. Listen, you are safe. You are no longer in that space. Okay, whatever happened in the past, it is not going to happen again. And I feel like you have these walls up, very strong walls, because I can't see the specifics of it. This is very generalized here. And there's also these very strong walls that are up because you can't even see it sometimes. You don't even know why these things are happening to you because you've put up such thick walls around the thing that you need to go within and face and heal for yourself to experience the love, the satisfaction, the joy from, just life overall, but also in your more intimate connections that you're seeking and wanting to experience with somebody else. Okay. Okay, loves, let's go ahead and see what your last card is here now. So we're going to see the message on the back of the card from the Lover's Oracle. All right, so this says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Soul keeps coming up. We have soul here, soul and memories. Your soul knows the way. Your soul informs your every step. It's time to get in touch with your soul. It's time to get in touch with your heart space. What are you pushing away from yourself. There's something your soul, your intuition, your higher self is trying to show you, trying to get you to see, trying to get you to heal, trying to get you to feel, trying to get you to process so you can release it, so you can overcome it, so you can move through it and really step into that energy of fully embodying the love that you're seeking from all these external things, all these external people, all these external situations. It's not going to come from outside of you. It's only going to come from within you when you start listening to yourself, to your soul. So take that time, take all the time you need to go within, to face yourself, to face your feelings, to face your thoughts, to face your soul, to feel your soul, to feel your heart space. Okay, my loves. There was one last message coming through. Oh, Spirit said an action step for you to take. Okay, and I know when you're in this space, you don't want to do these things, but Spirit's saying meditation, daily meditation, no distractions, put the phone away, turn the phone off, turn the TV off, tell everyone in your house, all your friends, whatever, tell them, I can't right now. I need 5 minutes to myself to just meditate. Close the door, kick the animals out of the room, your pets, kick them out of the room just for 5 minutes, kick the kids out of the room, or wake up early before the kids wake up, and just take 5 minutes to yourself to meditate, to connect with your intuition, to connect with yourself, and just to feel what you're feeling in that moment. And this will help you to start healing and to start awakening to that very thing that you've pushed away, that Archangel Raphael is trying to get you to see, so you can feel it, so you can heal it, and so you can let it go. All right, loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. And once more, I do want to let you all know that I am offering the month ahead March reading. So if that's something you're interested in booking with me, you can send me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com. And I will have links in the description box down below for you to click on. Oh, and don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below. I love connecting with you all in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future readings. All right, loves, I thank you so much once again. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye, loves. Hello, my loves. Hello to all my loves that are coupled up, or maybe you're in a relationship but it's a little bit at a distance right now, or you're in a relationship but you may be going through a brief separation of sorts. Welcome in to your reading. These messages are meant for you. So what I'm going to do to start your reading, we're actually going to slide this card over and we will reveal the backside message of this card at the end of your reading. And we're actually going to start with the tarot today. So we're going to use the Akashic Tarot. But before I get started shuffling, I always invite you to take a moment to pause, to come back to yourself, to connect with your intuition, and to connect with your breath. So let's take a couple deep breaths in together. So breathe in and then let it out. Breathe in one more time and then let it out. All right, love. So go ahead and continue deep breathing as many times as you feel called to, consciously breathing, connecting to your breath, getting centered and connected with your intuition so you're open and ready to receive the messages that are going to come through for you today. And while I'm shuffling, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask about your relationship, go ahead and take a moment to ask those questions to yourself, to your intuition, to source, to spirit, and trust that you'll receive the answers in the divine's perfect timing. All right, so what do my couples need to know today? All right, let's get one more card. Oh, we'll take this one as sticking out. All right, so let's see what's going on with the couples. Ooh, we have one, the Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi. This is the Magician in traditional tarot. Okay, and then we have 11. Wow, the Ark of the Covenant. 111. 111 right there. Let's see what the last card is here. 6 of Keys in Crescent Moon. In Crescent Moon. All right, so let's see what's going on with my couples. Okay, loves. So what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing balance, really. I was going to say contrasting energy, but it really feels very balanced. It feels like right now in your relationship, in your connection with this person, things are really balanced. It's like, you go off and you do your own thing, they do their own thing, and then you come together and it's like you sit around the campfire, sharing stories, talking about, what you did during the day, what they did during the day, and you're just kind of sitting back, relaxing and enjoying one another's company, okay? But we also have the 6 of Keys here, which this generally represents like work and career. But what I'm actually seeing here is that right now you may be working on building a solid foundation with one another, okay? And also a little bit with yourself, okay? Because even though this card has the lady here, there is another person kind of in the back. They're kind of representing a spirit here, but I feel like this could represent, the other person. Like this represents you and this represents the person that you're in a relationship with. And so there's 2 different messages coming in relation to the 6 of Keys and the Oracle of Delphi here, where it's like, yes, you're working on building a strong, solid foundation for this relationship with one another, but and you're aware that that strong, solid foundation can't be created until you have that strong, solid foundation for yourself. Okay, so it's almost like both of you, this could be, even reversed, where this is the other person and this is you, but it's like this person in the back is watching this other person, grow, prosper, grow up from the ground up, and they're just cheering them on. So it's that energy where you're cheering each other on, and it's a really beautiful energy here. Like, I almost feel like you don't even need a reading for this clarification. But let's see what else comes through. See if anything else comes through with these cards. It's just so like to the point. Yeah, let's see if we can get some more cards here. Let's see if we can get some more guidance for my couples. Oh, take that card. Let's get one more. It's like so to the point. I'm like, do I even need to do a reading for you guys? Let's see. We have 21, Uriel, and the Sphinx. All right. There's another 1, and then 17, the Lookout. All right. Let's get these up a little. Okay, so some of you may be planning a trip. Maybe you're planning a trip together. This represents the Tower in traditional tarot, but I love this card. It's a different take on the Tower because they're on a ship, and even though the ship is like caught on fire, they're looking out to the horizon. They're seeing what's coming up next, okay? And what I think this is representing for some of you, it's like you're in such a good place now because you've already gone through those tower moments. And it's not to say that they won't ever come again, because life is a cycle. We're always, going in these circles, in these cycles with ourselves, with our relationships. But it's like you've gone through so many tower moments with one another that now you've come into this space where you can kind of go your own separate ways and build your own individual solid foundations for yourselves. And then you can come back together and you have that solid foundation with one another as well, okay? So it's really beautiful energy here. We also have Uriel and the Sphinx, which Uriel represents the angel of abundance, the angel of abundance knowledge, the angel of abundance and knowledge. Okay, so for some of you, again, things are up leveling where you're just really focused on working on yourself because things are so strong in your relationship with this other person that it's like you don't need to really focus on you don't really need to focus so much energy on the relationship because you already kind of have your routines. You already have that foundation with one another. You've already built that trust, that respect, and that love with one another. And so now you're kind of shifting over to just really tending to yourself and your own individual goals. Maybe you're focused on your career because we have the Six of Keys here, focused on building your knowledge. Maybe you're focused on, traveling. Maybe you're having to travel a lot for work, or maybe you're planning trips together, and you're just focused on, kind of having fun and adventuring and exploring new places. For some of you, I'm also seeing that because you have such a strong foundation with one another in this relationship, and there's that energy where you go off and you kind of do your own thing, you work on yourself, you could both be like, maybe you don't work together, you work separate jobs. For some of you, maybe you do work together, but it's like when you're working because you're trying to save up for something. Okay, so there's this financial aspect coming in, again with the Six of Keys here, where there's this work ethic where you're really focused on your career, and growing in your career or in your business as individuals and together, because there's something big that you're wanting to save for. Okay, so this could be a home, this could be a trip, maybe multiple trips, maybe like a car, it could be maybe saving up money for children, maybe like a college fund, or maybe you're wanting to have children if you don't already, and you're just wanting to start really working on building that financial aspect, that foundational, like that strong foundation for your finances, okay, as individuals and as a couple, because it's like you both have these big dreams and their shared visions, their shared dreams, or even start saying, maybe they're not shared visions and dreams. Maybe you have individual shared visions and dreams, but you both support each other in those dreams and visions. And so you guys are both like going like on your separate journeys, to your day jobs, to your career path, whatever it may be, to focus on that so you can really, accumulate and build your financial wealth. Okay, let's see if anything else comes through here. I don't think so. Let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards now. Let's see, what deck do we want to pull from? I'm going to use this deck here. This is the Divine Feminine Oracle. Oops. Let's give it another shuffle. Okay, it doesn't want to shuffle. It doesn't want to shuffle. All right, let's see what your oracle cards are. I'm also feeling that. Oh, I know what this card is because it is got a boo-boo on it. It is burnt right here. It accidentally fell into the candle one time. All right, but let's see what it is. We have Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. Okay, and then we also have Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. Okay, love, so before I dive into these cards, as I was shuffling the deck, this message came through where, it was kind of hard for me to shuffle the deck. And Spirit's saying that there could be something in this relationship that it's like, it's not necessarily conflict, but it's something that maybe you get hung up on from time to time. You don't feel so great about it. Maybe like it could be something silly, like a quirk that this other person does, or something that you want to do, but you can't do it just yet, because maybe the financial situation, that aspect. And so it's like you kind of push that energy away. You don't really want to allow it to come up to the surface. So it's like you're just pushing it away, and you're not feeling it out, which is also leading me to the energy of Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance here. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. And it's like you're pushing that energy away, that energy that you don't want to face or really cause conflict around, because it's like it's something that it just bothers you from time to time. Maybe it's kind of annoying, or it's just something that you just wish you could have right now, but you can't, because of, external circumstances, or it's like the thing that you're working on reaching, the thing that you're working on building that foundation on, so you can reach it, so you can grasp it in the physical. And so it's like you push it away because you're in tune with that energy and the awareness of manifesting. It's like you don't want to create negative energy in this relationship or for yourself and the things that you're trying to, accumulate or bring into your reality. Okay, and so Spirit's saying like that's okay, but if it keeps coming up, you may have to allow it to come up so it can pass through you, okay? It's not necessarily a bad thing, and it's not something that you really have to like, allow to fester. Like, you don't want it to fester and build and build and build. So if that keeps coming up, just allow yourself to feel it. Maybe express it. You don't necessarily have to express it to the other person. Maybe just like write it out in a journal. Just get it out of your system and come to that understanding with yourself as to why you're feeling that way, why you're experiencing those emotions and thoughts, why they keep coming up. Because if you keep pushing it down, it will kind of fester and turn into something big and negative that you're not facing, which will, internally block your ability to accumulate the abundance or to receive the thing that you're trying to manifest and work towards. So just be aware of that. If something keeps coming up and you're just like, no, I don't want to deal with that because it's bad, it's negative, that's just a perception. We just label things as negative, positive, but really things just are what they are. And sometimes we have emotions. Okay, so sometimes you may feel those emotions that you don't really want to feel, so you may tend to kind of push them away. But Spirit's saying just let them come up, observe them, witness them. You don't have to make a big deal about it, but just allow yourself to feel them so they don't do that festering and come back up in a way that can be labeled as negative. So just let yourself feel that. But let's see what else is coming up with these two cards here, Saraswati and Lakshmi. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. You may be hearing my cat. He's talking a little bit right now. All right. So, yeah. So what I'm feeling right with this, it's just kind of reiterating what we talked about with these cards here, where you're just really focused on building that individual foundation to further strengthen the foundation that you have as a couple, okay? And so I think Spirit's just saying, continue accessing that energy, continue going down that path, because the universe, your spirit guides, your angels, they see all that inner work and external work that you're doing, that you're putting forth, and they're saying that the abundance is going to start flowing in towards you. But it's like you already know that because you've already set the intention that you are abundant, and you've already set the intention that you're going to be the one that kind of creates that abundant or draws it in through the energy that you're embodying and through the work that you're doing externally now. Because I feel like for some of you, you've already done the internal work where, it's saying wealth is an inside job here. It's like you've already done that internal work, and now you're starting to kind of come out of your shell and apply it to the external world. Okay. All right, let's see if anything else comes up here. I'm really drawn to the lotus here. So for some of you, lotuses may be significant. Maybe you are connecting with or you practice like Buddhist religion, because lotuses are very significant in Buddhism. Okay, all right, I think that's it that's coming up with these cards. So let's go ahead and see what your last card is. I don't know if you can hear my cat. He's really chatty right now. But let's see what your last card is here from the beginning of your reading. Okay, let's see what the message is. So this says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Oh, so this deck, it has different types of messages, and this is one of those unique messages where it's like a message from your lover. So this is a message from your lover, and Spirit's also saying this could be a message from your higher self, okay? Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Okay, and like the message that's coming through, what I'm really picking up on here is this is like the embodiment, these words, this is the embodiment of the energy that you've been procuring for yourself to create that strong foundation that you've been building for yourself to also amplify the foundation that you have in this relationship, in this connection, okay? It's like, it's as deep as the ocean and you've been diving deep to pull that love out, to heal anything that needed more love, to give love to those shadows within yourself and within this relationship. And now you're like overflowing with that love. You're pouring it out into the external world as well, okay? Okay, so I think that's it for your messages today. I thank you so much for tuning in, loves. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you enjoyed most. I love connecting with you all in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future readings. And I do want to let you all know that right now I am offering a special on March month ahead readings. March is just a couple days away, and so we do like a deep dive into what you can expect to be experiencing throughout the month of March. We go into any themes that you're going to be experiencing. We get any guidance that you need to carry you throughout the month of March as well. Okay, so if that's something you're interested in booking, you can send me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com and we can set one up for you. But thank you so much again for tuning in, loves. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Hello, loves. Welcome in to the self-love messages for the collective, or for anyone that feels called to listen to these beautiful messages of self-love that we're going to receive today. All right, loves. So for today's reading, we're actually going to start by sliding this over to the side, and we will reveal the message that is on the other side at the end of the reading, okay? And we're going to start with the tarot. So for today's reading, I'm going to be pulling cards from the Akashic Tarot. But before I get started shuffling, I always invite you to take a moment to pause, to connect with your center through taking deep breaths together, okay? So let's go ahead and take a couple deep breaths. So breathe in. And then breathe out. And then one more time, breathe in. And then breathe out. And just go ahead and repeat that as many times as you feel called to, consciously connecting with your breath, getting connected to your center and your intuition, so you're open and ready to receive these beautiful messages of guidance that are going to come through for you today. All right, loves, I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling now. So while I'm shuffling, if you have any questions that you would like to ask your spirit guides or intuition, source, God, the universe, go ahead and ask those questions now. And trust that you'll receive the answers in the divine's perfect timing. All right, wow, we have these cards jumping out already. Let's get one more. All right, I had a feeling more than one was going to come out, so let's get one more. Spirit was saying 5 cards are coming out for this. All right, so let's see what's going on with the self-love messages. We have 8 of Roses, Sangha Community. I'm not sure how to say that. Sangha Community. All right, we also have, number 3, Archangel Gabriel. Angel Gabriel. And then we have 6 of Scrolls, the Sands of Time. Oh, the Sands of Time. We also have the Queen of Scrolls. Okay, this came out in the reading for my single. So if you feel called to, you may want to check that reading out. Even if you're in a couple, there may have been some messages in there that might resonate with you. But it's up to you, listen to your intuition on that. And then we also have 17 to look at. Okay, y'all saw me shuffle the deck. And this also came out in the couples reading. So if you feel called to check out that one as well, you might want to check that out. 17 to look out, but it's up to you. Listen to your intuition on which readings you most feel called to listen to. All right, but let's see what's going on in terms of messages for self-love. So for most of you, what I'm getting is there's this energy where there's something you're trying to do. There's something you're trying to receive or attract or complete. There's something you're trying to achieve, but Spirit's saying like it's not yet time. And right now what they really want you to focus on is actually like your community, and they're saying like your environment, but really the people that you surround yourself with, the relationships that you're surrounded with. You may need to kind of, do like a reflection on the people that you're spending time with and really ask yourself, is there love coming from these spaces, from these connections, from these relationships, or is it more of something that's kind of weighing you down or dragging you down or keeping you held back in certain ways? So just really, take a moment to reflect on your community, but then Spirit's also saying for some of you, there's an individual person on each one of these cards, except the first one that came out and that we turned over together. And so what I'm picking up on is there's something here that you're trying to achieve, but you're trying to achieve it on your own. It's almost like that energy where you're like, I don't need anyone. I've got this. I can do it on my own. But it's not working out. Something isn't going as smoothly or as fluidly as you had hoped it would. And Spirit's saying that's because you're not necessarily meant to do this entire project or this entire situation on your own. You have a community of people around you, or a community of like, a network that you've built for yourself, where you can reach out to certain people that can help you with the the obstacles that are presenting themselves in this situation that you're trying to overcome and work on healing. Okay. And for some of you, because we have the Queen of Scrolls and we also have the Six of Scrolls here, this could be something where it's like, something at work or with your career. There could also be something here with healing, because we have Archangel Gabriel and healing in terms of like your health. Okay, so some of you may be experiencing something with your health where you just learned about something that's going on with your health, or maybe you're just wanting to incorporate like healthier practices, healthier routines into your daily life. But maybe, something's not working out, or you don't really know how to do it, or you don't know too much about it, and you need some guidance on that. Okay, so Spirit's saying, there are people in your inner circle that you can reach out to that do have knowledge, or they have, other connections where people do know a little bit about the changes you're wanting to make in terms of your health and those personal routines that are connected to improving your health in some way. Okay, let's see what else is coming through here. But there's also something like, it could be reversed, where it's not necessarily about your health and improving your personal health routines. It could also be something with your career or your business where you're wanting to achieve something, or wanting to grow in some way. But again, it's like something's not working out, because we have the Lookout here, which this represents the Tower in traditional tarot. This represents the Empress in traditional tarot. But it's like, yeah, something's not working out. And Spirit's saying one factor is that it's just not time. Okay, it's not time for you to achieve what you're wanting to achieve yet. You have to wait a little bit longer. But then on the other hand, it's a factor of community. There are people in your life, relationships in your life that you may not be tending to, may not be connecting with, because you're so caught up in these other things and these individual things that you're working on with yourself. Okay, so one of the big messages here that Spirit's saying is to don't get so caught up on your individual journey, your individual projects, that you lose sight of the other relationships in your life besides just the one that you have with yourself. Okay, which I love that message is coming, because this is like a self-love reading. But even though you've been on this journey of really connecting with creating and building a strong, solid foundation of self-love with yourself. But Spirit's coming in to remind you that self-love isn't just always about being with yourself. It's also about, being in community and connecting with other people. That is also a form of self-love. So don't lose sight of that and don't forget that. Okay, let's see if anything else comes through here before we pull some oracle cards. I just feel Archangel maybe coming in, trying to connect with some of you, and he just wants to bless you, okay? Archangel Gabriel, he is the Archangel of health. He brings in, oh wait, actually, I think I'm thinking of Raphael here. I'm just thinking that he's the angel, like I'm just hearing like he's the angel of health and abundance, but I could be wrong there, but that's what's coming through, so we're gonna go with that. But I'm feeling, what I'm really feeling from Archangel Gabriel showing up here is that he wants to come in and offer you some type of blessing, okay? And this is the blessing that you've been seeking. And for some of you, it's like it's something connected to your health in some way. There's some type of like obstacle or something where, I don't want to say like something quote unquote went wrong, but something came up with your health that wasn't the greatest, and it required you to give it attention. It required you to maybe make some changes in your life, and maybe it's still requiring you to make some changes in your life to better your health or to improve this aspect of your health and yourself. But I'm seeing like Archangel wants to kind of swoop in and heal this for you, okay? And I'm also seeing that, he's been with you on this journey. He's been walking with you every step of the way, because, making changes in your life, it's never easy. It's never easy to go through some type of change or to make and create some type of change, especially when it comes to like daily habits of health and routine. And so I'm seeing like he's been walking with you every step of the way, and he's been witnessing and seeing the progress that you've been making. And now he's like ready to come in and kind of clear it all out for you, and to show you that the work that you've been doing, the inner and the outer work that you've been doing to improve your health, is paying off, okay? And so with that message too, if you resonate with that, where something with your health hasn't been working out in the way that you had wanted it to or had hoped for it to work out, Spirit's saying it is going to work out. Everything's going to be okay, and you will be healed in that experience and in that area. Okay, but the key here too, Spirit's saying, listen to your intuition. Follow your intuition above all, because for some of you, I'm seeing like you may be reaching out to others. Maybe you're having to go to like medical appointments, or you're just reaching out to like nutritionists or coaches, like fitness trainers or something like that, where you're just like reaching out to all these people outside of you to try to get answers or to try to receive the healing or like encouragement that you need to heal this aspect of yourself. But Spirit's saying also, don't forget to check in with yourself, because nobody knows you and your body better than you do. Okay, so don't forget to check in with yourself and listen to what your intuition is saying when it comes to your health, because I'm seeing here like for some of you, you may kind of seek guidance or an answer from somebody about your health, and they tell you to do something, but intuitively you feel like that may be wrong, like it may not really help the situation of what you're trying to heal. And so that's your intuition saying, that guidance is not for me. Okay, but there will be, like, if you listen and honor that guidance, then something else will show up to, help you along the way and to show you what really will work to help you heal this aspect of yourself and your health. Okay, I'm going to scoot these over, and we're going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards now. I'm actually feeling called to use this deck here. I didn't use this in the other readings, but we're going to use it now. This is the Women's Bodies and Women's Wisdom deck. I don't usually use this in my readings, but I felt called to pull it out today. And I feel like I was called to because this reading is kind of about health here. So let's see what's coming up. We're getting messages about health and healing. Okay, so we have self-expression Number 7, active versus passive. Active versus passive. And then we have self-expression again. Number 4, hierarchy versus partnership. Hierarchy versus partnership. I'm actually feeling called to pull one more. I feel like one more wants to come up. Let's see. What's the last card from this deck, Spirit? Okay. Should I take this one too? No, there's 2 there, so we'll leave those. All right. Nurturance / self-care. Number 7, active versus passive. So we have active versus passive again, and we have self-expression twice. So let's see if we can scoot these so you can see these cards. These are really big cards, so let's see if we can fit them in the frame for you. There we go. All right, so let's see what's coming up with this. So first, what I'm getting is I'm feeling that some of you, so going back to the message about being on this individual journey and something not really working out and Spirit guiding you to connect with your community, I'm feeling that for some of you, you may be turning away from connecting with your community or connecting with others, connecting with your inner circle, because the things that you're working on in your personal life or in your career or business, whatever it is that you're working on in terms of building self-love, creating self-love, or, whatever you resonate with there. But Spirit's saying that you may be turning away from sharing this experience with your community, sharing the things that aren't quite working out or aren't quite coming together. The pieces aren't quite fitting together yet, either because of time or because you're being guided to connect with your community. You may not be doing that because you may be having these fearful thoughts and emotions where you're kind of afraid to fully express yourself. Like you don't want to share these things about yourself with others. And so it's like you're turning away. Like both of these cards, we can't even see her face here. And then she has her back turned here. Okay, so there could be some fear there. But then on both of these cards, they have like these cloths here, but they're only covering the bottom part. And so it's like Spirit's saying, your heart is open. You want to open up. You want to share that heart space. You want to be able to express yourself. But it's like you're turning your back to it, okay? So there could be something where you need to really dive into that and really asking yourself, why do I not want to share these parts of myself with others, with my community? What's really holding me back? Okay. So Spirit's not allowing me to go super deep into the reasoning as to why, but they're saying this is something that you need to kind of go within and face for yourself and think about for yourself and meditate on. Okay. So really ask yourself, what's holding you back from reaching out and connecting with your community? What's holding you back from sharing the personal growth, whether it's connected to, your health or your career and business? What's holding you back from sharing about the obstacles that you're trying to overcome in these situations and experiences with others? Okay, and then we also have nurturance and self-care here. Let's see what's coming up with this. I'm going to take this top card that did want to come out, so we'll get some more guidance on this. We have self-expression again, regroup. Okay, yeah, I think this is just kind of reiterating here where it's like you need to go within and connect with yourself, tend to yourself in that self-care. What's the word like that? What is the word? That moment of self-care where you need to go within and really ask yourself, what is holding you back? What's preventing you from opening up and sharing these truths, sharing these experiences, these struggles with others that are in your life, okay, with your community? And also there's this need to nurture that, okay, because there's a reason why you're not wanting to share with your community. And part of it could be, like we said before, where the timing's just not right. But for some of you, it's like you're holding something back. There's something you're hiding from others. Maybe you're hiding from yourself. And you really need to go within and discover what that is. And you need to give yourself love in those spaces. And then allow yourself to come out into your community, into your external environment, and allow others to also give you love into those spaces, okay? Spirit's also coming in and they're saying, like, nobody's going to judge you or think differently of you because something isn't working out in these other aspects of your life. I'm seeing, like, you know, like I said with Archangel Gabriel, where they're going to swoop in and they're just going to want to help you. Okay, they want to see you succeed. They want to see you filled with love, filled with glory, filled with good health. And so they will kind of swoop in and they'll help you. Like, there's nobody sitting in this chair alone. There's nobody sitting away from this table. They're all sitting here together, laughing, having a meal together, connecting. So nobody's going to turn you away when you open up to them and share about these struggles and obstacles that you're trying to overcome. Okay, let's go ahead and pull your last couple of cards. I'm just going to put these to the side so we have room. We'll open that up there. We're going to pull one last card from this deck here. This is the Divine Feminine Oracle. We're just going to pull one message from here. Let's see, what do we need to know from the Divine Feminine Oracle? Okay. All right, 2 cards wanted to come out, of course. Spirit's just like, nope. 2 it is. Okay, so first we have Yamoiha. I think that's how you say that, Yamoiha, the goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. And then we also have Anandamayima, the joy-permeated mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Okay, so we're getting a couple different messages here. One, I'm connecting Yamoiha with Archangel Gabriel here because the third card in traditional tarot is the Empress, which represents creativity. It represents birth. Okay, so for some of you, I'm seeing that this thing that may not be working out for some of you, it could also be time to kind of like walk away from something. And that's why it's not working out. And it's because it's like you have this new idea. There's some kind of new creative thing that wants to be birthed through you, or something that you want to create and share with others. But again, with these cards coming out here in the community card, you may be hesitant to walk away from that thing and to start this new thing because of that, what those thoughts, those doubts of, what are others going to think of me if I do this? What if I make this change? What's going to happen? But, again, Spirit's coming in and saying, this idea came to you for a reason. This journey you're on, this path came to you for a reason. And there's something beautiful there that wants you to create it. Like, this idea picked you to birth it. It picked you to create it. It picked you to hold the space for this idea. Okay, and for some of you, this could also be physical birth. Okay, maybe you're finding out that you're going to be having a child soon, and there could be fears around that as well. But Spirit is saying, people are going to come towards you with support, with love, with open arms. They're going to invite you to pull a seat up to the table and to join them. Okay, and then we also have this card here, Anandamayima, and this card is bringing out this energy of, it's okay to make changes in your life, and it's okay to go through those experiences of struggles or experiencing different obstacles in your life, because at the end of the day, you are still you're still yourself. Okay, that's never going to change, and that can never be taken away from you. And that's kind of the energy that Spirit really wants you to lean into, is realizing that, This is what they're saying. They're saying to look back at like all the things that you had to go through in the past when some type of obstacle came up or when some type of change came up. Sure, it may have been, a little rocky at first. You had to, figure out this new flow. You had to get into that routine. You had to go through trial and error, but eventually you found your way and you became comfortable with that new space and with that change. And so it's like you're just in that new energy again where things are shifting, things are changing, but you're still yourself. You still have your strength. You still have your love. You still have you, okay? And you still have your support system as well. Okay, don't forget that. Don't lose sight of that. So everything's going to be okay. It's just that, you're going through some changes here, but Archangel Gabriel is walking with you, your spirit guides, your spirit team, your ancestors, but also your loved ones. They also want to be there and help you. You just have to kind of open the door and let them in and let them see, the real you. See those parts of yourself that you may be kind of hiding away or fearful of showing to others. It's going to be okay. All right, loves, let's see what your last card is here from the beginning of the reading. Let's see what it is. We have close your eyes. So close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. I deserve to feel joyful. Say it with me. Close your eyes and say, I deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Yes, I feel like for some of you, because there are these obstacles presenting themselves to you or these changes that you're going through and you feel like you have to go through it alone, Spirit's saying, no, there is joy in this moment, but you have to let it in. And they're also saying that you may not be able to see it. You may not be able to see the moments of joy and peace and love that this experience is bringing forth until you open up and you let others know what it is you're going through. Because they can offer, an outsider's perspective and they can show you that, things aren't really as bad as they may seem. Okay. It's just, change is always a little bit rocky and it can be hard to see the joy in that moment because you may be longing for the past, you may be longing for that familiarity, that comfortableness, but without change we don't get to receive the new blessings, the new experiences, the new relationships, the new level of love and joy that wants to come through and bless you. Okay, so I want you all to screenshot this. So pause the video, screenshot that, and then just come back to this at any moment when you're feeling a little bit out of it, a little bit down, and just remind yourself that there are joyful things in this experience. Because I feel like for some of you, you're going to look back at this moment with so much gratitude when the time comes, okay? When it is actually time, you'll be like, oh, that's why I had to go through all that struggle, that conflict, because these beautiful blessings, it was making way for these beautiful blessings to come in that you're going to get to experience in the near future, okay? But just remember to always come back to joy, to love, and to peace, and to know that you are held, you're safe, and you are supported by your guides, by your spirit team, by your ancestors, and also by those physical connections and relationships that are in your life now. All right, loves, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you enjoyed most. I love hearing from you all and connecting with you in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future readings. And lastly, I am currently offering March month ahead readings. So these readings are where we kind of dive into the month of March and we explore, any themes that you're going to be experiencing. We get any additional guidance that you need to know to carry you throughout this month. And if there's any specific situations or goals or problems that you're going to be working through the month of March, we do a deep dive in on that and get you the perspective on all sides of that situation and just additional guidance on it overall. So if that's something you're interested in booking and you'd like a personal reading, you can send me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com, and I'll have the links for that in the description down below. All right, loves, thank you so much once again. I'm sending you all love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye.